Good morning, everyone. This is Shashmita. Today we are going to learn the new chapter. So let's start the class. So today we are going to learn about new chapter whose name is tissues in action. That means those tissues whose are present in our body, how they impact in our body, how they working in our body. So we are going to know about that. What is a tissue? A tissue is a group of cells with similar structure and function working together as a unit. So here is the question arise. What is the cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of our life. Cell is the basic part of our life. When we combine similar cells and they are doing a specific function, we call them tissue. Here you can see the image of tissue. So division of labor. Multicellular organisms assign specific roles to specialized cell groups. Foundation of organs. Tissues combine to form organs and complete organ system. That means the first part is cell, the second stage is tissue, then the third stage is organs, fourth stage is organ system, and fifth stage is organism. How the organs are formed from tissues? Organs form when multiple tissues work together to perform a specific job in the body. Each tissue contributes a different function such as protein, support, movement or control, and together they create complete organ. That means when tissues are combined and they are doing specific function, they are formed organs. We can take an example of lungs and liver. Both are created from different tissues and both are doing different work. Liver helps in digestion and lungs help in respiration. So tissues are various types. Epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, connective tissues, and each tissues have different type of role. They protect the body, they support the body, they movement the body. So tissues have vital role in our body. So the level 1 is cell. When we combine the cell, it form tissue. When we combine the tissue, it form organ. When we combine the organs, it form organ system. When we combine the whole organ system, it form organism. We can take an example of skin, heart, and stomach. For example, skin includes epithelial tissue for protection, connective tissue for support, nervous tissue for sensation, and muscle tissue in deeper layers. All the all those tissues are doing different work, but they live there compactively. They combines form an organ called as skin, but they are doing specific work. The heart contains cardiac muscle tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue, and epithelial tissue lining its chambers. All tissues are present in one organ, but they are doing different work. Similarly, the stomach combines smooth muscle tissue, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue to store, mix, digest food. Also here, the stomach composed of various type of tissues, but all tissues are doing different work. Skin protect, Skin protect the body, connective tissue support the tissue, sensory nerve tissue flow the electrons, muscle tissues doing different muscular activities. Okay. So the next thing is plant tissue versus animal tissue. Both tissues are different. Both are doing different work. Plant tissue are growing, but they can't move from one place to another place. But in animal tissue, locomotion happen. Animals can move from one place to another place. Both body have different type of tissues and they are doing different type of work. So plants are stationary, requiring structural support and strength. But animals are mobile, requiring more energy. Growth is localized at special regions. growth is uniform across the body. In plant tissue include many dead cells for rigor. In animal tissue, mostly living cells for active functions. Two lifestyles, two strategies. Plants are stationary. Their tissue prioritize support, strength, and localized growth at tips. Animals are mobile. Their tissue demand energy, coordination, and systematic growth across the entire body. Here you can see the image of plant tissue. Plant tissues are composed of two types of tissue, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. What is meristematic tissue? Meristematic tissues are those tissues who are helps in growth, maintenance and protection. Permanent tissues are mostly used in food storing. So meristematic tissues are present in apical area, lateral area, intercalary area. So what is apical area? The root area, the root part. The meristematic tissue growing the root length. In lateral part, the meristematic tissue increase its thickness. But in intercalary area, that means the internode area, meristematic tissue elongate the internode. Permanent tissue, that the cells that have stopped dividing are now specialized for specific function. Simple. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and the complex tissues are xylem and phloem. So permanent tissues are using in food storing, energy storing. So it is divided into two types, that is simple and complex, that is parenchyma and collenchyma, sclerenchyma, complex, that is xylem and phloem tissue. So what is parenchyma tissue? It is a thin walled storage which help in photosynthesis. What is collenchyma? It is very flexible, support and thickened corners. What is sclerenchyma? That is rigid support and dead cells. We can take an example of coconut. The outer layer is epithelial layer. Below the epithelial layer, that is a parenchymal layer. Below the parenchymal layer, that is flexible support, very supportive, smooth layer, which is called as collenchymal layer. In sclerenchymal layer, there is a coconut shell. It is called as sclerenchymal layer. The complex permanent tissue includes xylem and phloem. Xylem, that is transports water and minerals upward. Phloem, that is transports food bidirectionally. Simple permanent tissue, that is parenchyma, stores food and perform photosynthesis. Collenchyma provides flexible support. Sclerenchyma offers rigid dead support. Complex permanent tissue, that is xylem and phloem, from the plant's vascular system, transporting water, minerals and food throughout the organism. The next thing is animal tissues. It is divided into four types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. The epithelial tissue, that is very protective, covers and lining of body surface and organ cavities. The connective tissue, that is supports, binds and protects organ using a protein-rich matrix. The muscular tissues powers movement, posture and internal organ function. The nervous tissue coordinates body system by transporting electrical signals. So it's all about various type of tissues both in plant body and animal types. Let's revise it again. What is tissue? When we combining similar type of cells and they are formed a specific function, it is called as tissue. So cells combining, it form tissue. Tissues combining, we get the organ. When we combine the organs, it form organ system. When we combine the organism, it form organism. So various type of tissues are present in one organ, but they are doing specific function. Like in skin, protective epithelial tissues are present, connective support tissues are present, sensory nervous tissues are present, muscles in deeper layers are present. In heart, cardiac muscle tissues are present, connective tissue present, nervous tissue present, and epithelial lining that help pump blood. In stomach muscle tissues are present, epithelial tissue present, connective tissue present, and nervous tissue that work together for digestion. There is lot of difference in plant tissues and animal tissues. Plant tissues are stationary, but animal tissues are mobile. In plant tissue, growth is localized at specific regions, but in animal tissue, growth is uniform across the body. In plant tissues, it includes many dead cells for rigor. In animal tissues, mostly living cells for active function. Plant tissues have two types, that is meristematic tissues and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are three types, that is apical, lateral, and intercalary. Apical meristematic tissue, lengthwise growth. Lateral meristematic tissue, it increase thickness. Intercalary meristematic tissue, it increase internode elongation. Permanent tissue, that is simple and complex. Simple tissues are parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Complex tissues are xylem and phloem. Parenchyma tissues are thin-walled storage and photosynthesis. Collenchyma, that is flexible support, thickened corners. Sclerenchyma, that is rigid support and dead cells. Complex permanent tissues include xylem, transports water and mineral upward. Phloem transports food bidirectionally. Simple permanent tissues, that is parenchyma, stores food and performs photosynthesis. Collenchyma provides flexible support. Sclerenchyma offers rigid dead cell support. Complex permanent tissue, that is xylem and phloem, form the plant's vascular system, that is transporting water, minerals, and food throughout the organism. Animal tissues are mostly four types, that is epithelial, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissues. Epithelial tissues are protective covers and lining of body surface and organ cavities. Connective tissue supports, binds, and protects organs using a protein-rich matrix. Muscular tissues powers movement, posture, and internal organ function. Nervous tissues coordinate body systems by transmitting electrical signals. It's all about different type of tissues and their impact on organism body. If you have any doubt, so please ask. Thank you.